I'm calling from the Trib. I'd like to confirm.
Hey, I've been getting the runaround for 2 hours, and I'm coming up.
Can you tell me approximately how much money was missing? Was it over $1,000?
I'd like to talk to you under better conditions. We can't help you this way. A good first step would be for you to let your family come out of there. Talk to me, Mr. Morgan.
No, there's nothing changed. The guy's still in there. The shooting stopped now. I think the cops are hoping he'll cool down.
How many people are in there?
They don't know. They think 2 hostages.
Well, stay back. I'll tell you what kind of gun he's got. Where's the animal?
Oh, he's around someplace. I don't know. He said he wanted to get some closer shots.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Okay, lady, just keep calm.
What's happening now?
Did you see that? They released the hostages.
What about the guy? Is he giving himself up?
Apparently not. Oh, my God.
What's the matter?
Animal!
What's going on? What's happening?
Hold your fire! Hold your fire!
Please.
Get back here and keep your head down. Listen, this is an order. Get back here. Drop that camera and get back here.
He's crazy.
But talented. If this isn't a grabber, I don't know what is. It's got to be better than anything anyone else has gotten.
He risked his life to get that shot.
Well, he shouldn't do that. No, that's crazy. But look at that picture.
Lou, this isn't the first time.
Well, this was a special situation.
No, it wasn't. Remember last week that overturned tanker on the freeway that I covered? Do you know what he did? He just about hung by his heels from the freeway overpass to get that shot.
Yeah, I remember. What's his name from the Times called, and his voice was dripping with envy. Made my day.
Lou, he's never acted this way before. I mean, what's gotten into him?
I don't know. I'll talk to him.
I told you never to eat the tuna Newburg in the cafeteria. You okay?
Sound like they're having a good time.
That's what I'm business for, so they can have a good time.
You know them?
Faces change. Usually there's 4 or 5 hanging around here.
They don't look like they're hurting anyone.
I'm hardly making it to begin with. People drive by. Maybe they want to stop in and have a soft drink or something. And they see these clowns shucking and jiving out there. I don't know what to do. Here's your change.
Thanks. Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, man. How you doing? What you know?
Not much.
I cleaned your windshield off. That ought to be worth something, don't you think?
No, you didn't clean my windshield. You just spread the dust and the bugs around.
Well, shoot, there's a little spot in the center there you can see through if you duck your head a little.
Okay. What about a quarter? Or would that insult you?
Hey, money can't insult people. It's people that can insult money.
I'm not sure what that means, but that in itself is worth something.
I didn't think you'd open the door.
Is there any reason why I shouldn't?
Sure. Look, I was just walking around the neighborhood here, and I see this car out front with a beautiful, clean windshield, and I figured you lived here. Look, I came back to give you your 2 bits.
Keep it.
Well, I've got a bit of a problem. I need more than 2 bits.
Well, then you really do have a problem, because I can't give you any more.
Oh, I don't want you to give it to me. I want to earn it.
Doing what?
I don't know. How about if I mow your lawn?
There's a gardener that comes with our house. The owner pays for it. He comes every Wednesday.
Oh, how about if I clean your garage?
None of that stuff's mine. The owner stores a whole bunch of junk in there.
What about your car? Can I wash your car?
I'm sorry. There's just nothing I have around here for you to do. It's not that I don't want to help you, but I just don't have anything for you to do.
Yeah, right. You're the class of 46. I should have known.
Donovan.
Yeah, Lou.
Does the class of 46 mean anything to you?
It was a movie, wasn't it?
No, it isn't a movie. You're thinking of something else. Forget it. Where's the photo assignment sheet? Where's the animal?
At the zoo. Honestly, he and Billy are over there checking out those new birds from South America.
I'll just bet you've been waiting all day to have someone ask you that.
Ask you what?
Ask him where the animal is.
Okay. Where's the animal?
Out on assignment.
They're just beautiful.
We've tried to keep the setting as close as possible to their natural habitat. Basically a rainforest, same as you find in parts of Asia and South America.
Would it be possible to take some pictures from inside? Animal, what do you think?
Well, I suppose so.
Go inside.
That way we could get some terrific shots.
I can get what we need from out here.
He said it was all right.
I say we don't need it.
Well, hey, I think it would be more effective.
I don't care what you think. I've got what I was sent out to get. They're not gonna run this anyway.
Go on, then what?
I don't know. He refused to talk about it. First, he's almost suicidal, taking chances. Then he acts scared of birds. I mean, he was actually sweating.
Where's he now?
He took off, dropped me downstairs, mumbled something about needing gas. I suppose he went to the garage.
I just checked. He didn't go there.
If he wasn't feeling well, maybe he went home. Did you try him at home?
No. Wouldn't he have checked out with us?
Give me his number.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Rossi?
Morning, Lou. What's up?
You're, pretty close to Animal, aren't you?
That depends. What's he done?
I just wanted to ask you a question.
Shoot.
Does he ever take hallucinogenics?
Are you kidding? He is an hallucinogenic.
I'm serious.
I don't know. I don't think so. Why don't you ask him?
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Grant Wilson. Oh, yeah, he is. Animal.
Who is it? Is it a woman?
It's the lab.
You sure?
No, you know how they are. They often lie. What am I, your secretary?
Yeah? Yeah, all 3 rolls. Push them 2 stops.
Hey, Animal. Come into my office for a minute.
You want to see me?
Yeah, come on in. Close the door. How you feeling? Been working long hours?
No. No more than usual.
What's with you on your phone?
What do you mean?
I called you at home last night. It rang and rang. I was just about to hang up when you answered and started hollering into it. Something about leaving you alone and about how it wasn't your fault.
That was you.
Well, who'd you think it was?
Nobody. I don't know.
Oh. Does this phone business have anything to do with what happened at the zoo yesterday? What did happen at the zoo yesterday?
Oh, with Billy. I just thought we had enough shots.
Then what is it? You've been acting strange lately.
I'm doing my job.
I'm not talking about your job. I'm talking about you. Come on, Dennis. What is it?
Okay. I've been having kind of a problem. It was okay for a while, and then it started again.
Can we talk about it?
No, it's okay. I've been meaning to see somebody from the VA.
I didn't know you were a vet. Vietnam.
Yeah. Lou, I appreciate your worry, okay? I told you I have a problem. I told you I'm going to see someone, and it'll all get straightened out.
Look, I sure would like to help you. If there's anything I can
Lou,
do to...
there's no way. You gotta believe that. I mean, your class of 46, just too far away.
Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Here, 851, that was some real fire.
Nah, man, 851, you don't know what you're talking about. You trying to jive us or something, man. You don't know what a real firefight was if it came up to you and shook you personally by the hand.
If I don't know what a firefight is, then would you kindly explain to me how come I happen to be carrying around 11 ounces of lead and steel in my hip? 11 ounces?
Hey, now you're both full of it. Where I was, that was real war.
Oh, you that, man. Hey, I was in war, too. You talk about firefights?
Yes. We had an army. We had war, man. There was tanks coming at us. There were mortars coming at us.
Boom, boom, man.
Everything. There was everything.
Talk about incoming.
One day it was incoming, and the rain started, and the drops couldn't even get down through it. We were dry as toast underneath.
Hey, man, you got more stuff.
Hey, you remember that time, though, before that, man?
Hey, man, you're not going to tell that sick story again, are
Yesterday you told us.
Are you going to drag your medals out again?
Hey, the only way I'm going to bring that medal out is if I take a rock and throw it through that pawn shop.
Find the man, the man.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. You got...
I'd like to talk to you a minute.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, your secretary said it was okay to interrupt.
What can I do for you, my man?
Still want a job?
Got jobs, mister?
Just one.
Yeah, I need a job. What you got in mind?
I need some help with some plans. Take you a couple of hours.
Shoot. I thought you meant a job. But I'll help you out. I got nothing else to do. If my secretary calls, tell her to take the afternoon off.
If the secretary calls. Oh, man.
What's your name?
My name is Sutton.
That's your last name?
If you say Sutton, I'll turn around. What else do you need?
Listen, you said something the other day that kind of intrigued me.
Yeah?
You said I was a part of the class of 46. What'd you mean?
You in the Army?
Yeah.
World War II?
Yeah.
So when was your outfit discharged?
1946.
Class of 46, man. You guys had it made.
What do you mean we had it made?
Forget it.
No, tell me.
You tell me something. You remember what it was like when you came home from your war?
Oh, boy, do I. What a time we had. We were 9 days on a troop ship coming back from France. There was a poker game that we had started in disembarkation camps. There must have been $9 million changed hands on that boat. Huh? 9 days, sleeping, eating, poker. Huh? We blew off a lot of steam before we hit New York. And then, oh boy, I'll never forget that parade. We marched down Broadway and then Fifth Avenue. And for months, in any bar, as soon as they saw that ruptured duck on my lapel, I couldn't buy a drink. Nothing's too good for you, they'd say.
Let me tell you about me. Tuesday, I was in a firefight. Tuesday night, I got orders, report home. My tour in Nam was over. Wednesday, I was on a helicopter. Thursday morning, on a jet from Tokyo to San Francisco. And I was still in uniform, and I was still dirty from being on the line, and I still had the sound of incoming in my ear. And I come off the plane and walk across that tarmac toward the building, toward the airport building, and went through the door. There's a crowd of people waiting for friends. And a man came out of the crowd, said I was a baby burner, and spit on me.
What do you mean he spit on you? You mean spit?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just what I said. And you know something? Nobody did nothing. They looked away. A man called me a baby burner and spit on me, and they all looked away. I didn't know where I was. Maybe I still don't.
Oh, look, Sutton, that was just the act of one man.
Yeah, I thought that too for a while. But I don't figure you'd understand. Your war and my war, they were different.
Aren't all wars the same?
Whatever you say, man.
Okay. How was it different?
It was just different.
Sutton, I want to help you.
I know that you do, man. I can see that you do. But there's no way that that's going to happen. And we both know it.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
What's up?
Oh, it's about the animal. The cops called. They're really steamed.
The shootout?
Yeah. Endangering the lives of hostages, interference with law officers in the performance of their duties, etc. You knew this was coming.
I'm already on it. Listen, Charlie, something happened this weekend. You got a minute? It's kind of related.
Yeah, sure, shoot.
You ever think of Vietnam?
You mean the war? Not if I can help it.
I think there's a story there.
Look, we had the Vietnam War on the front page for over 7 years. You really think there's something more to be said that hasn't already been chewed over?
Well, yeah, we had the war on the front page, but I'm not talking about the war. I'm talking about the veterans. I don't think their story's been told.
The question occurs to me, is anyone interested anymore?
Is that the question, or is that the problem? Either way, it's a hell of a story.
is it?
Lou.
Hi, Lou. This is a surprise?
It wouldn't be if your phone was working. Can I come in?
Yeah, come in, I have a new number. It's unlisted.
Oh, terrific. Next time we need you at 1 in the morning to cover something hot, we'll send you a postcard. What'd you do, drop a camera?
No. I've been tinkering with a modification of the mirror system. Something to drink?
You got any scotch?
No, I got some apple cider. The color's close.
Fine. Yours?
Yeah.
I didn't know you painted.
I did them a long time ago. After I got out of the Army.
You don't paint anymore?
I don't have time for that anymore.
What's with you on the phones? What are you scared of?
I'm not scared. Lou, you just wouldn't understand.
Don't start telling me about the class of 46. That doesn't mean I'm made of stone. I want you to talk to me.
I'm not sure I can. I've never told anyone.
I thought you were going to talk to someone at the VA.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Why not?
I didn't want to take time away from some guy I might really need it.
And you don't, huh? Why don't you try me?
It's a long story, Lou.
I don't have to go to work till 9 tomorrow morning.
This phone business goes back to Nam, early 71. You know about On K?
Yeah, I think so. What about it?
I was there with a combat photographic team probing with an intelligence unit. Worked with a guy named Sam. We worked two-man teams. One acted as sort of an assistant. Sam was older. He had a bad back. Shouldn't have been there.
What happened?
One day we were out. There were sounds of a firefight up ahead. Small arms, mostly. I didn't think I had enough film with me. I sent Sam back to the Jeep to get the other bag. He'd taken about 10 steps when there was this loud rushing. Found myself on the ground. And when I lifted up and looked around, Sam was dying.
Anti-personnel mine?
I got up and stumbled over to where he was, and he was in a terrible way. He kept saying, "Shoot me." I just stood there, staring at what he'd become. All the while he was begging me to finish him. Some guys behind us came up, and I heard an M16 blip off half a clip. And there was this kid throwing up after he did it.
I'm sorry I pushed you into this. Look, if you don't want to go on.
About a year and a half after I got out, these calls began. The phone would ring. A woman's voice would say, "This is Edith, Sam's wife." She'd say, "I know you killed Sam." She'd say, "I think about him all the time, but I want you to think about him too, Dennis." And then she'd hang up. I'd move, and the calls would stop for about 3 months, and then they'd start again. I don't know how she found me. Changed my number, same thing had happened. Till I came down here with the Trib. For a long time, I never heard from her. Till about 3 weeks ago, same thing. "This is Edith, Dennis. I'm still thinking about Sam. I miss him. I want you to think about Sam. Do you, Dennis? Do you?" Oh, God, Lou. As if I needed her to make me think of Sam. If I hadn't sent him back for that film. Oh, I think of him, Lou. I would think of him without the calls. Well, I don't know what to do about it.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
No, I do not believe that the Vietnam vet is any different than any other veteran, except maybe more of a crybaby. Now, that is not an official statement. That is my private opinion. I was in 101st in Germany, and I mean, we had suicides in that war because nobody knew when it was going to end.
And you don't think the Vietnam vets had it as rough?
In World War II and in Korea, it was the duration plus 6 months. I'll take that hit you had in Vietnam anytime. I mean, all they had to do was put in their 12 months, wrap it up, and go home.
See, the only reminder of the Vietnam War is the Vietnam veteran. And nobody wants that kind of reminder. Not for that war.
So in their eagerness to reject the war, they reject the vet, too.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know anybody who goes around telling people he was a NAM, that he's a vet.
Well, what would you say is the biggest problem with a veteran today?
He doesn't take advantage of what's being offered to him. He has the GI Bill, and here we sit by law trying to help and wanting to help. And they just don't bother to come in.
Why do you think that is? Do you feel hostile toward them?
It's not their fault. They're bureaucracy. See, but to our guys, it's wait your turn, stand in line. It's the Army. I know that they're understaffed. The staff they do have, they're good guys, but let's face it, most of them are World War II vets.
They don't understand these scungy guys like us come in, beards, long hair, don't really know what's the matter with them.
On the other hand, these things take time. And the guy who's head of the VA is a disabled Vietnam vet himself.
Is there such a thing as post-Vietnam syndrome?
Nah, of course.
There seems to be some disagreement on that point.
In World War II, we didn't have any fancy names for it. We called it battle fatigue.
No, excuse me, Jack. It's not the same thing. This is a delayed stress reaction.
It shows up in a lot of different ways. Depression, aggression, a lot of things.
I mean, it could take 10 years before it shows up in some veterans.
Some doctors say that it gets worse, so that by 1980, about 50% of the guys who came back from NAM will be affected.
The biggest problem is unemployment. Let's face it, a lot of these guys couldn't find jobs before they went in.
I mean, these were guys who society had written off to begin with.
And I can tell you this for a fact, that they lowered the Army entrance requirements at one point, what they call the AFQT scores.
Doesn't that happen in most wars?
Not like this. We're talking about an average score of 68. At one point in Vietnam, things got so bad, they started letting in the 10s.
That's incredible.
Well, it's either that or start hitting the colleges. Guess which way they went.
And of course, there's the problem of bad paper now, which just compounds the whole thing.
Bad paper?
Undesirable discharge. You see, they have dishonorable discharge, DD. Now, that takes a court-martial. And then there's undesirable discharge, UD.
They started handing out UDs like cookies, just to punish guys they thought were out of line.
So now, the employer doesn't want you in the first place, because maybe you're a minority. In the second place, because you're a veteran. In the third place, because you got bad paper.
Well, what's the answer? Are things going to get better?
I certainly hope so. That's what we're here for.
Well, maybe if people knew what was going on, they'd care.
A lot of it is up to the vet himself.
I doubt things will get better.
Right there.
Look, I'm trying to get you a job.
Well, I can tell you something right now. I can guarantee you, your newspaper ain't gonna hire me.
What makes you so sure?
For one thing, I've got what they call bad paper.
How'd you get it?
Don't matter.
If it didn't matter, I wouldn't ask you.
Look, I could tell you my side of it, but the paper says something different. I got it like a lot of guys got it. I come off the line with 2 months to go, and I run into this strutty little second lieutenant who didn't like the way I shined my shoes. After what I'd just been through, I wasn't ready for that. One thing led to another, and I was in trouble. And they're saying, you know, since you've seen all that action, we're going to make it easy on you. We're not going to court-martial you. We'll let you sign a Chapter 10.
Undesirable discharge.
You got it. To this day, I wish I'd fought them on it, made them court-martial me. I'd have won. And then I'd really have something going for me now.
Certain. Other guys who were over there, bad paper or not, have come back and made a life for themselves. Most of them.
Yeah, but what about the ones who couldn't? up on the line, had grunts alongside me, kids who were so helpless they couldn't even tie their own shoelaces. Show me a man who's been through that hell. I don't care how old he looks or how old he acts. Scratch him a little bit and see. His blood is gonna run green from the stink of that war.
Something that was 5 years ago. You have to let that go.
Don't you know? Ain't you guessed by now? Ain't none of us ever left the Nam. We're still there. And it's just what this country wants. In over 5 years, ain't no one ever come up to me and said, you did a good job. We didn't like that war, but we appreciate what you did. We appreciate that you tried. We're caught in a bad middle, Mr. Grant. The old generation, they're down on us because we didn't win. And because they say we're dopers and freaks. And the young people who should be our brothers, they're down on us too, calling us baby burners and women killers. It's what you call a no-win situation.
For me, those years in the Army were great days. I know it sounds crazy to say it. It was a horrible time for the world.
Weren't you in Germany?
Yeah, Hamburg. I was in the service for 8 days, and then they signed the armistice, so I spent 2 years as a disc jockey.
Didn't you see any action?
Yeah, I saw a lot of action, but not the kind you're thinking.
Those were good times after the war. 47, 48. Going to Cornell, courtesy of Uncle Sam. Sure, we ate spaghetti 5 nights a week, but I never would have gotten to college if I hadn't been in the Army. That's why I'm here today.
Oh, I thought you were here because the Times let you go.
Maybe you wouldn't be here if you had to depend on the post-Vietnam GI Bill.
Yeah, you covered that in this piece. Why, this current bill, for crying out, doesn't pay tuition. The allowance that can't go anywhere near as far as the one that we had.
Well, who needs college now when the Army itself trains you for a career?
Did you hear that?
I've seen the ads. They have some great programs. Had them right through Vietnam.
Somehow it didn't work out that way for an awful lot of these veterans. In fact, a kind of cruel thing happened. These guys, who had never had a chance to handle responsibility at home, got over there and suddenly found themselves made squad leaders in positions of command. When they got back here, they were just a bunch of unemployables. A guy who'd had a dozen men under him over there couldn't understand why all he had offered to him over here was a chance to push a broom.
Yeah, you know, that's true, Lou. And it's a rotten thing, but isn't that what happens in any war?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. War is a war. It's these vets who are acting so different.
Vietnam was different. Adam, you were in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Well, you never told me.
Nothing to tell.
A reporter in combat.
Combat.
Well, doesn't your being here belie everything in Lou's series? I mean, here you are, successful at a young age and editor on a good newspaper.
Yeah, I'm here. Maybe someday I'll tell you how close I came to being one of those guys. I feel like I know all of them. It's a good series, Lou. Thanks.
How about that one? I thought you got one when he turned around, right after the speech.
Oh, when the heckler started.
Right, that's the one I told Lou about. It's the only one that'll work with my lead. It's perfect.
I didn't get it.
You just told me you had it.
No. You said I had it. I'm sorry, I don't.
Your phone's ringing.
Yeah, I know.
Aren't you going to answer it?
I got my hands full.
Unfill them.
Are you kidding? What do you care if I answer a phone? How do you know?
Hey, all your friends know. We just wish we could help you.
Well, thank everybody for me, but tell them they can't.
Come on, Animal, pick it up.
You don't understand.
No, I don't. All I do know is I've seen a guy I've worked with for 2 years who's not afraid of anything, suddenly afraid to pick up a phone. Can anything she says be worse than what you're going through?
Yes.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Well, now, Mr.
Sutton.
Yes, I see, Sutton. It doesn't say on your application what position you're applying for.
Well, I thought editor, movie critic.
Oh, have you reviewed films?
No, But I've seen a mess of them. My friends ask me what I think. They tell me I'm really right on.
I see.
Look, you tell me what you got, and I'll tell you if I can do it.
Well, I'm afraid it doesn't exactly work that way. I'll tell you what, let's start with your last job. That was?
Gardener.
Gardener?
I work with plants in the garden.
I see. Well, what about before your employment as a gardener?
Just odd job. I was sort of looking for the right thing. I haven't connected.
Well, maybe we can get a clue here. You were in the Army, I see?
That's right. You got my discharge papers right there.
Yes, I see. I'm looking at them right now.
I can tell by your face you're looking at them right now.
I'm not sure I know what you mean. But, let's see. You were discharged?
That's right. I was discharged.
Your Army career was not what one would call completely successful, was it?
Look, you saw my number right there. You saw my spin number. Yeah, I've got bad paper.
Naturally, we seek out the best qualified people. And we try to take into consideration all factors. And the fact that you had a problem in the Army
bothers you some, right?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that naturally, we don't discriminate against anyone for something that may have happened when they were younger.
But what?
I think we have a good picture now, Mr. Sutton. Maybe we should keep your application on file, and if there's an opening I think you're qualified for, we'll be in touch.
Look, I tried real hard not to come in here with a chip on my shoulder, but the look on your face when you saw my spin number. Oh, hell. Why do I bother? I got talked into this one. I should have known.
Thank you, Mr. Sutton.
Got a minute?
Sure, Al. What's up?
I just wanted to tell you I cleared it with Rasmus, and I'm going to be taking some time off.
Oh. Well, I guess you haven't had a vacation in a while. Where are you going?
Thought I'd go up to Seattle, see my folks. Check in with a couple of friends, maybe do a little backpacking.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
You're not coming back, are you?
Sure. I haven't made up my mind yet. Actually, I got a couple offers. One from a new weekly in St. Louis. They're going to be trying some interesting things. Work with color a lot. Never been to St. Louis.
What are you going to do when she finds you in St. Louis?
That's not really your problem, is it, Lou?
I don't know. I don't know where your problem ends and my problem begins.
I'll send you a picture postcard from the Arch.
Animal. It's not your fault that your buddy got killed. I know you know that in your head, and I guess it's hard for you to feel it.
I can't.
How is that woman ever going to forgive you if you don't forgive yourself? If you need forgiving, huh? You've got to find a way to let that wound heal, or it's going to kill you. You left a lot of bodies over there. Don't you be another casualty of that war. Hello? Hey, Sutton, how are you?
Well, I don't know how I am, to tell you the truth. I went up and saw your personnel man, Mr. Dangler. Very nice, very polite.
Yesterday, I know. How'd it go?
Well, I don't think I was exactly what the Los Angeles Tribune had in mind.
What do you mean, you didn't get the job?
Well, neither one of us really thought that was going to happen, did we?
Hey, wait a minute, Sutton. Hello, Sutton.
I'm here, my man. Look, I want to thank you for taking a shot at it.
Hello? Hello? Sutton?
there was no place to slot him.
I didn't send him to you to get slotted. I sent him to you because he needed a job, and by God, he deserves a job.
Gentlemen, Mr. Grant, is that why you asked for this meeting? So you could badger Mr. Dangler?
Mrs. Pynchon, does this paper have a policy for hiring vets?
I don't know. Do we?
Our policy is to hire the most qualified man for the job.
That seems a logical rule of thumb to me. Don't you agree?
Maybe this is a situation where logic isn't the answer.
That's nonsense. Well, if I came to you and asked you to hire a man as a reporter and he wasn't qualified, you wouldn't hire him. And I'd respect you for it. Well, my job is to screen applicants, Mr. Grant.
This isn't charity. This is taking a second look at a man who's been through that terrible war. Not look away, hoping he'll disappear.
Now, that is extreme. Mr. Dangler's not taking that position at all.
Huh?
Of course. I don't make a point of discriminating against Vietnam veterans. And just because he's a vet doesn't mean that we should give him preferential treatment.
I think we should. I think it's time we welcome them back home. I think it's time we told them we don't blame them for what happened.
Mr. Dangler, perhaps you can talk to the young gentleman again.
Well, of course I will, but... Well, you've got to understand my problems. I've got all these pressures. Minorities, women.
Well, we have one of those.
I'll do whatever you want, Mrs. Pynchon.
And you'll hire him?
If we can find something?
Do find something, Mr. Dangler.
I'll do my best.
Mr. Dangler, thank you for understanding.
But I'm not understanding. I'm just trying to keep my job.
Well, I think he's got himself a shot.
Great.
City room, Billy Newman. Just a moment, please. Animal? Telephone. Are you in?
What line is it on?
98.
Yes? Yes, I recognize your voice. No, I won't hang up. Yes, I know. I think of Sam all the time, too. I never had a chance to tell you. He was my friend. Will you just listen for a second, please? I want to talk to you now. I'd like to explain this to you. I want to meet you. Can't we do that? Hello? Hello, are you still there? Edith? Oh. Are you crying? Listen. I have a new home phone number. Yes. I'll be there tonight. I'll wait for your call. You got a pencil?
City desk, Donovan. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Lou, there's a fire in West Hollywood, just north of Santa Monica Boulevard. Looks like it might turn into a bad one. Shall I send Rosenthal?
Sure, send Rosenthal.
Now, the penny to beat is right there, dude. That one right there. I'll beat it with my eyes. Come on, this ain't no turkey shoot. Not yet.
Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, I guess I collect all the pennies. I have all the pennies before it's over. Give me my 2 cents, man. Get out of here. You ain't getting nothing here, man. What's wrong with you?
Afternoon. Sure is. Say, there was a guy hanging out with you last week, a fellow named Sutton. You know him.
Oh, yeah, we know him. Used to be with 351st, I think.
Well, I've kind of lost track of him. I'm trying to get a message to him.
Oh, you the man with the job. Really wasn't no job.
That's right. Well, I wonder if you know where he is. Have you seen him?
I haven't seen him for a while now. I don't know where he is.
Do you have any idea where he's going?
No, I ain't seen him for 2-3 days. He's come around here pretty regular. Must have moved on.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, well, hey, we see him, we tell him.
Yeah. We tell him, man.
Thanks.
Sure, your dog's cute, but can he save your life? We'll see some super pups in action on Dogs at A&E's special presentation Sunday. Now, an ex-cop seeks revenge against the men who crippled him on Police Story. Next on A&E.